Kaloo Kalay Parumpa-pum-pum. It is time to celebrate the milestone for the ages. The under 900,000 subscriber special. Oh.
Massive congratulations from all of us here at Ashens to James Stephanie Sterling for managing to get under 900,000 subscribers. Do you know what? I honestly didn't think you'd do it for a while. When I first saw that pink leather jacket, well, I thought it was just too fabulous. I thought people are going to subscribe just to see the jacket. But no, turns out people are blind as well as stupid. So, congratulations on this most auspicious of occasions. Sorry about this lot, I haven't got any boglins.
Wow, less than 900,000 subscribers. Could you ever believe it? We truly have come a long way from 927,000 subscribers. You know, it feels like only February since we last had such a number. Because it was February. In the time since, we've managed to successfully bleed subscribers at a rate one could only call hemorrhagical. Seriously though, I want to say a deep and personal thank you to all of my unsubscribers. I wouldn't be where I am today without your withdrawal of support, and I want you to know that every unsubscription matters. Remember, if you click the bell for notifications, well, YouTube will barely notify you of my content anyway, but click on it again, just to really make sure you don't get any. At the risk of sounding parasocial, I consider you all to be my family, in that I don't talk to you and you won't see me again. As my live-in partner Gerard Butler can attest, family has always mattered to me, and since my own family has been fairly casual and unsurprised about recent changes in my life, I've had to get my feelings of familial abandonment somewhere else. And thank fuck there's always been YouTube.com for negative reinforcement and a constant overwhelming sense of punishment for literally doing anything. Whether you're doing the same type of content and getting called repetitive, or doing new content that won't get shared because repetition is what gets rewarded. I wish I could point to one decision, event, or situation that led to such a dramatic decrease in subscribers over such a short time, but the simple fact of the matter is this: we did it all together. I kept publishing videos, you kept unsubscribing. It's as simple as that. Of course, based on one's existing opinion of the content and channel, you can come up with all sorts of personally sourced reasons for the drop, and Lord fucking knows I've seen every single confidently expressed theory. One thing I know though, such a sudden, extreme and incredibly well-timed drop in numbers definitely has nothing to do with any single thing that might have happened the exact day the mass subscriber exodus started on a platform with historic hostility towards... Anyway, the subscribers dropped off because I talk about capitalism too much. At least that's what I've been told. When I was just reinforcing the belief that Electronic Arts is a bad video game company that does bad things, I was cheered and applauded and carried around town in a big chair and given the key to the city. When I started to explain how and why Electronic Arts is bad, I started getting side eyes. And then I dared say the word capitalism out loud, because you can intimate it, but you can't say the word. Because then, too many people worked out that the show is about how capitalism is bad. And then, that's when I did too much politics. Well, that and whenever I've acknowledged a woman exists in video games, that's too politics as well. Repetition is, of course, a big criticism of the show, a genuine and fair reason to unsubscribe if you don't like hearing how capitalism is ruining everything every single week, and who does? Once again, this was less of an issue in 2020, 2019, 2018, 2017, 2016, 2015 and 2014, but I'm acutely aware that telling you EA is bad and microtransactions suck is an easier pill to swallow every week than telling you Bobby Kotick will have made thousands of more dollars that he doesn't need by the time you're done watching this video, even if you turn this video off right now. There are many fair reasons to not want to watch my show or support the channel or whatever. I barely want to do all those things myself. And only the fair reasons are the reasons that so many subscribers went away so fast and so recently. We did at one point wonder if it had anything to do with coming out visibly as trans on the notoriously trans-hostile YouTube.com, but I've been assured by gamers and YouTube commenters the world over that suddenly losing 2,000 subs the exact day I came out and a further 2,000 with every subsequent post is sheer coincidence. No, it's because I said the word capitalism too much. Well, that and the creepy fucking advert edits I've been putting into the show, which Again, that one is fair. Times aren't hard here on the Jimquisition. Anyway, here's a word from our latest sponsor.
Dad?
Hello, Father. All your life, you've enjoyed the delicious taste of Kellogg's Corn Flakes. In this box of delicious golden flakes, there is a key. But I warn you, Father, the cornflakes are covered in cat shit. Can you resist the wholesome crunch? Or will you give in and eat cornflakes with cat shit?
Why can't everything be as simple as Kellogg's cornflakes?
We gotta have a bowl of Gecko Balls.
I'd top that with onions.
Why, it's special celebrity co-host Beanie Tuesday!
I'd put onions on that.
You've done that bit.
Jim, it is such a pleasure to be here on such a momentous 900,000 subscriber special.
It's great.
Really great. Just...
Don't linger on it.
We've had so much fun over the years here on the Jimquisition. Why don't we take a look back on how we got here?
What is that it? Haven't we got anything else good?
Listen, when my agent gave me this gig, they said that this was momentous. That's why I used the word momentous.
It is. We're at the Royal Opera House.
Okay.
This is what it looks like. They've always got a green screen here.
Right. Okay.
It's not a shed. It's not a shed.
I've seen better sheds.
YouTube is a fucking hellhole when you think about it. It's no secret that even before the sub losses, I was overbuilding or growing anything here because it fucking sucks. Aside from the fact that queer content is buried, suppressed and demonetized to such a degree it's not even up for debate, it's a literal fact. Many mid-tier YouTube channels have felt pretty buried lately. My own videos struggle to reach even the people who want to see them. It seems every week I get more people telling me they only know about my videos now from Twitter or Patreon. Since about the middle of last year, when I started calling out systemic abuse at game companies, most notably the sex abuse at Ubisoft, the channel's discoverability appeared to plummet. And while that may genuinely have been a coincidence, it only served to further my belief that YouTube is a site that relies on negative reinforcement to scare content into being created rather than encourage it. It's a platform of constant negative reinforcement, and I'm not just talking about how its algorithm favors conflict and misery over any other type of discourse. The algorithm changes and the bar for success shifts so much that some creators sound borderline superstitious when talking of ways to appease it. All I know is this: whenever I felt punished or put down in my job, it's almost always because something happened on YouTube. Not my Patreon, not social, except losing Twitter followers by talking about wrestling too much, which is another fair point. But YouTube is where I feel constantly miserable and at a dead fucking end. And I felt this way for years, of course. I've made no secret about it. I have a theory that it is in some ways deliberate on Google's part. Not as in they're personally targeting me by making my videos impossible to fucking find, but after talking with other mid-level creators, I openly wonder if YouTube's trying to get people to jump before they're pushed, to get them off of Google's notoriously expensive to maintain YouTube.com, so only the biggest and most successful channels are there to take up resources.
Hi Sterling, this is Evil Uno of Dark Order, or AEW, here to tell you congratulations on 900,000 subscribers on YouTube. I don't know if you know this, but by my math, that's near 1 million. That's a lot of people. Congratulations to you.
Craig, you bastard. Did you tell him the number was going up or down? Up or down? You stupid bastard. Well, tell you what, keep it on ice. We can play it if the number ever goes back up.
No, it's never going back up.
I know. Google has already done all it can to strangle brand new and small creators on the platform, by raising the requirements to make money to lowering discoverability and support for new creators. YouTube has become an increasingly more difficult place to come into at an entry level. The idea of growth on the platform for many creators is a fucking joke. This is reinforced by the different and arbitrary ways in which YouTube's rules and community standards are applied. Huge channels have publicly broken the rules many times and gotten a slap on the wrist at best. Even hate speech has been protected by Google before, or at least remonetized after a token show of demonetization. There is only one rule on YouTube: be popular already. I say this to say that I genuinely don't see a future for this channel at all. Don't get me wrong, my channel and my career are two different things, and the channel itself ain't going anywhere. Not by my choice anyway, but it's little more than a shelf on which I display my wares now. Again, this is nothing I've made a secret of in the past, and it's been evident for a while. YouTube is, unfortunately, still the best place to put videos, but viewing the platform itself as my career is, well, look at the situation. Even if I wanted to make YouTube my career, it would be a bad fucking business move. It always has been and always will be. I said years ago, and by years ago I mean almost half a decade ago, that without something like Patreon I'd have packed this up already because it would have been completely fucking unviable. Back then I was told I was being melodramatic for stating such things, but it's fucking true. The copyright strikes are an absolute plague now, to the point where anyone relying on ad revenue is absolutely terrified to step out of line and attract the attention of corporate interests. To avoid both copyright and bad language that would put off advertisers, people are butchering their content, self-censoring. All the things the gamers usually rail and rally against is being done constantly by content creators to themselves to stop bots from claiming their ad revenue or demonetizing their content. Even self-styled free speech activists will mind their language when money's on the line, because YouTube is increasingly becoming like network television, something it's wanted for years. Content creators have to appease advertisers like they're on TV. Except none but a blessed handful are paid like it. The burnout and the mental health issues faced by content creators, many of them far younger than me, getting burnt the fuck out. I mean, this place is a hellhole. Now more than ever, however, the reliance on income and work outside of YouTube.com is important to me, not just from a financial standpoint, but from a personal fulfillment one. I've never had a single positive experience working on YouTube as a platform, not one. Every email I've received from YouTube I've dreaded, because I don't expect good things. They're never good things. I expect to be told a new video is blocked, or has been taken down, or that I'm under threat, or that YouTube has made another dramatic change that impacts the lives of creators but nobody was warned about. I've never received a good email from YouTube before. Nothing with positive news, not unless it's telling me a video's gone back up, but even then it's only because I got one telling me it had been taken down. Even the mechanical process of uploading a video is annoying, broken, and fucking annoying. At least on Twitch, a platform riddled with its own problems, I can claim I've had fun. At least on Patreon, a platform riddled with its own problems, I can say I made money. On YouTube, I've had nothing but stress, fights, expensive lawsuits, harassment both from communities and corporations, and now I'm watching subscribers drop on a platform that's been miserable for me specifically because I became happy in my personal life. That is just, well, it's perfect. Really? Very much like getting to almost 1 million subs and then rapidly declining. It's just a very Jim Sterling way to go. It's perfect.
The latest range of vaccines from Cradle and Crabnuts. St. Vile's disease. Lung mange. Swampy Munglers. Achy Anus. A case of the oopsie doodles. Chicken prick. luxury polio. And of course, mystery flavor. Is it for tetanus? Is it just air? Who knows or dares to dream? The latest range of vaccines, like cradle and pregnant.
Hello everyone, Laura K. Buzz here, Laura Kate Dale, and I am just sending this message to congratulate my good friend, James Stephanie Sterling, on finally dropping below 900,000 subscribers on YouTube. You're on your way to the top by going down, and I am here to congratulate you for that. Very few could have done what you did, and I am incredibly proud of my friend.
And now we come to the bit you've all been waiting for, so fair warning. I'm going to talk about quite a bit of transphobia now. So look, let's come down to brass fucking tacks. There are many reasons to not like my content. I admit that. You can grow tired of the format or get sick of hearing about the subject. Some people take breaks from my work because of mental health reasons, and I totally get that. This show can be depressing. But the fact of the matter is this. I did indeed lose 2,000 subs at once the exact day I wore a fucking wig and lipstick to work, and did every single video post since. Only recently has the exodus slowed down, first simmering to about 1,000 losses per video, and in the past couple weeks slowing further to around 1,000 lost for the whole week. God knows what this one's gonna do to the numbers. I personally expected to take a bigger hit up front and be done with the bleed out before now, but I failed to take into account that aforementioned issue of YouTube never showing my fucking videos to people. I mean, I still have subscribers, viewers, saying, oh, the wig's new? What's up with that then? And it's not their fault. Some of them have even asked, like, are you still uploading? Yeah, for some reason. As far as I'm concerned, the regular drip loss of 2,000 people shows how hard it's been for my subs to even see my videos, as clearly each week another couple thousand of them see my new look and fuck off. Seeing where we are now and where we were, it would appear tens of thousands of people fled the channel because I came out as a trans feminine NB, and that's, well, that is fine on one level. Plenty have told me not to worry about it, that it's no big loss if a bunch of transphobes fuck off, but it's disappointing that so many people drew the line at my happiness. That nightmare creatures such as the cornflake homunculus or pogfucker were okay, but my being trans isn't. That it was okay to wear wigs and costumes and makeup when I was portraying anything other than myself. And I need to push back against the sub losses here, not because it explicitly matters on its own, but because it puts pay to the ridiculous idea that people transition for the sake of their careers, because Jesus fucking Christ, do you know what a ridiculously stupid career move that would be for me? To come out as trans on YouTube in front of hardcore gamers. The same people that don't even want an NPC off to the side in a game to be trans, let alone anyone front and center. And have you seen how hostile the world is to trans people? Anyone coming out because they think it'll help their career is a fucking imbecile. I knew what was going to happen when I came out, especially me. I'm old and nowhere near as pretty as some people. There was no way I was ever going to be acceptably trans for the wider nerd culture to accept. That's a very fucking slim margin as well, and when I say accept, I never mean fully accept all the way. And I already knew that among all my controversial videos and hot takes, nothing ever drew ire to my channel like videos that even passingly mentioned trans issues. Look at the response to my criticisms of transphobia in Deadly Premonition 2, or the sheer hate that got piled onto me for criticizing a game literally called I'm not gonna say it, Gladiator. People got pissed that I wouldn't say it. They were like, why won't you say it? Why do you censor it in the video title? Like, they really wanted me to say it. People want to say it so much. YouTube is notoriously hateful of trans people, and by coming out, I was putting my head in a fucking fire. And anyone debating that is also a fucking idiot or deliberately bloody ignorant. Since coming out, I've been the subject of all manner of ridiculous rumors, assumptions, and frankly grotesque and invasive discussions. I've also noticed the perception shift among some of my own fans. People who have told me they went off me not because of coming out, but because my content and persona completely changed afterwards. And I'm like, fucking what? I was trans before I came out, and literally nothing about the show changed except some videos now have multiple topics per episode. But is anthology trans? Tranthology. I just came up with that one on the fly. and they want to unsubscribe. It is surreal to see myself talked about as if I've died, when I feel more alive than ever. To be viewed as an alien version of Jim Sterling, when I feel more like me than I ever did. Hell, I've even seen people say they miss things that I still do. All since coming out. And on that note, Boston's favourite son can be heard wherever bad podcasts can be found. But of course, those who have never met a trans person or care to learn a single thing about what they face love to suggest it's really easy to come out and then let the so-called internet points roll in because it'll boost your career. Newsflash, you fucking idiots. Trans people are in trouble. And anybody coming out visibly these days is asking to have their career opportunities limited and their experience of prejudice sharply increased. For doctors to treat them differently, to be looked at differently, to be talked about differently. I've experienced all these things already quite a bit, and I've only been public a few months. After coming out, people get treated completely differently. Not just like they've had a change, but like they are a completely new person, a different identity altogether. Even if they themselves haven't actually changed all that much except for becoming more happy and alive. The very idea that coming out in front of gamers on YouTube would benefit my career in games media in any fucking way is absurd. It's beyond absurd. It's pure moon logic. In America, there are multiple states where you can get away with literally murdering trans people on the basis of you panicking over their transness. When some snotty little cis boy asks me, oh, what rights don't trans people have? The literal right to not be killed is one of them. In the UK, my country of origin, the so-called gender-critical movement has reached such a position of power that it is influencing government oppression of trans people. The invasive, gatekeeping, utterly inhumane treatment of trans people in the UK medical field is downright criminal, while gender-critical leaders openly call for violence against trans people, funded, of course, by evangelical right-wing hate groups. You may have heard the word TERF before, trans-exclusionary radical feminist. Despite originally loving the term, most TERFs try and claim it's a slur now. It's not a true name for them, really, because they're so regressive and outright harmful to cis women as well as trans that the word feminist shouldn't be anywhere near them. But whatever you call them, they are unhinged. Scarily so. They are obsessed with trans people. It's not just J.K. Rowling, and it's not just Graham Linehan, although fuck those two turfy wankers. There are loads of people whose Twitter timelines are just full of arguments against trans people. They think about trans people more than trans people do. They report everyone's innocuous tweets to Twitter to try and get rid of them. Like they want all trans people just gone. And you know, folks like J.K. Rowling get the support and the pity of so many people in entertainment, while the TERFs work to increase their political power, of which they have a scary, terrifying amount. It's become something of a grim, bitter joke in trans communities that you have to research a British comedian to find out if they want you dead or not. But you do. You do. Because the UK media establishment is so fucking transphobic. And that's the country I was planning to flee to if things in America truly got too shit. But I've got trans friends in the UK who are actually trying to flee the country because it hates them so much. In fact, someone made news for getting asylum status in New Zealand from the UK because of its transphobia. There's nowhere for me to run. They started out complaining about trans people using public bathrooms, but over the years have revealed what they really want and always have wanted: trans people dead. Plain and simple. The more dead to them, the better. So anyway, here's one of the biggest voices in the so-called gender-critical movement, basically proving that in a really shocking and disgusting way.
Had a bit of an idea about some of the things that you can do, and then, for once, I'm talking to you. I'm talking about you dads who maybe carry I think that's what you say. I'm so down with the American lingo. Maybe you carry, maybe you don't. Maybe you consider yourself a protector of women. Maybe you're that sort of man. Maybe you have a daughter or a mother or a wife. Maybe you have a sister. Maybe you just have some friends. Maybe you just think women are human and you don't need any absolute connection with them to feel compelled to protect us. I think you should start using women's toilets, men.
That's what they think of us, by the way. That's how they see us. That's what they want. They want dead trans people because they think we're disgusting. And that's the world I walked into. Okay? In both the UK and US, laws and bills are being put in place to legislatively end transness. From making the healthcare treatment of trans youth a felony, to forcing kids to have their genitals inspected before they can play sports, I shit you not, the invasion of trans bodies and the legislative genocide attempts are so frequent as to be completely exhausting. Unless you're following it, you cannot appreciate just how endless and daily the attacks on trans people are. Systemic ones. And it's not just TERFs, it's the governments and communities these TERFs have managed to infiltrate and influence. There is shit going on right now in this country and in the UK, and of course many others, that is genocidal towards me and mine. That's not hyperbole. They want us gone from culture, and then they just want us gone. And that's what all these bills, all these laws, all these debates, that's what they're here for. It's to normalize our eradication. And far, far, far too many people have proven receptive to that. Bathroom bills, attacks on trans characters in media, celebrities circling the wagon around J.K. fucking Rowling, the fucking BBC putting out programs about the so-called trans issue while refusing to speak to actual trans people. Our lives are up for debate and we don't get a fucking say in the matter. We're just called an issue. Nothing I can say in a short video will adequately tell you how scary life is for a trans person, and I'm one of the safer ones. It's scary, folks. People want me and mine dead, gone, forgotten and hidden away at best, outright murdered at worst. In my home country and my adopted country, lawmakers are trying to eradicate us, silence us, keep us out of public view. They want us gone. Those in control of pretty much everything want us buried. And you think I chose this life for a laugh? For my career? For points on the fucking Twitters? No. Idiot. I chose it to live. And as a trans person, that means fighting for my fucking life. Please like and subscribe.
Hi everyone, Jonathan Holmes here with a special announcement. Jim Stephanie Sterling has a new crowning achievement. They have done it. They have finally gotten under 900,000 subscribers on YouTube. What? What does that mean? How is that good? You're probably asking yourself. Well, Jim Stephanie is smarter, stronger, and healthier than they've ever been before. The quality of their work is at an all-time high, and yet their subscribers are going down. Why could that be? Well, it could only be for one reason. People who don't like good things, in fact, are shitheads, are leaving the subscriber count. They're taking off. Those knuckle dragon, jackboot, ass crack fucks are taking a walk. And you know what? Good riddance to them. That's me talking. Jim Stephanie probably wants to keep people happy and watching their videos, but I don't care. I can tell you, if you're leaving Jim Stephanie's channel because they are healthier, happier, and stronger, smarter than ever, then you're a piece of shit and you can take a hike. Back to you, Jim Stephanie.
You know, I had some other stuff to close out with, but I think I'll just say that I'd rather have happiness than a rank on a Social Blade website. Anything else to add from you, celebrity host Beanie Tuesday? Where could we see you next?
Hopefully somewhere better than this.
Classless. Classless. Thank God for me. Classless. I thought you were better than that. I thought you were better than that.
I thought my agent was better.